It's been a big couple of weeks when it comes to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 news, which has seen many developers hold off their releases or announcements due to the hype of the new sim. This week we saw a bunch of new aircraft release for the last part of September. We've got all of that covered, including all of this week's sim update news when it comes to the 2024 sim. So let's jump straight into the video. A quick disclaimer, if you're here for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 update news, just jump to the last third of this video and also check out some of the links in the description for all our Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 content this week, or feel free to stick around and hit the subscribe button. You might enjoy some of the content when it comes to announcements and release news. Kicking off this week's previews and announcements, we have a lot due to the lack in the last couple of weeks when it comes to the announcement of 2024. Starting off with Just Flight app, they provided another update when it comes to their Airbus A300 project. This time the team showcased the low-end engineers panel, or as known as the Commander 3 position. From the preview pictures, Just Flight are placing an incredible amount of detail and effort into the cockpit panels. This has been shown throughout all the cockpit panel previews thus far. In the development update, Just Flight went through the engineers panel functions in detail. All the instruments are including the latest PBR technology and featuring wear and tear effects. The next update, we will see the upper engineers panel showcased by the team next month, and by the looks of it, there is still many more development days ahead when it comes to the Airbus A300 from Just Flight, but we should see a bunch of other releases from them before this one. While we're speaking about Just Flight, the team have put together a 10% discount code for Oz Flight Sim viewers for a limited time. This discount is compatible for most Just Flight branded products, along with some of their partners such as DC Designs and Black Square. I will leave a link of the discount code in the description below, and a big thank you to Just Flight for supporting the channel and our viewers. Parallel 42 this week have announced their next immersion kit is coming soon. This time the team are releasing a Boeing 737 immersion kit, and from the looks of it, when it comes to the other releases in the series, the team are tackling some of the well-used airlines first. The 737 immersion kit comes with 15 custom visual effects and work across all of the entire PMDG 737 fleet. Some of the effects you will see will be brake dust, cloud effects, contrails, engine chime vortices, engine cold start, engine condensation, skid marks, and water droplets, and more. There is no confirmed date on when Parallel 42 immersion pack for the Boeing 737 is going to be released, but it may be out by the time you watch this video. If not, you can check out the new trailer, our friends over at Aviation Lads, who make some of the best amazing trailers in my opinion. If you are a developer or a flight sim enthusiast, I recommend checking out their YouTube channel, and the links in the description are below. FSReborn is close to releasing its latest aircraft. This time the team are going back to its light aircraft routes with the TL-3000. The TL-3000 is a conventional single-engine high-wing ultralight sports light or recreation aircraft that seats two, including the pilot side by side. Manufactured by TL in the Czech Republic, first flew in 2008, and there were 100 built by 2015, but I couldn't find any information after that of how many are actually being built and flying today. Features include, with the upcoming release, is a realistic flight model tested by real-world TL-3000 pilots, highly accurate 3D model and animations, full custom engine carburetor physics that have been modeled. This includes choke behavior, a CFD and a new Microsoft Flight Simulator prop physics, a tablet EFB that operates many functions such as wear and tear to many components in the aircraft, failures and consequences, engine failures, brake failures, and many more. Also has a cap system with animations, sounds are being recorded from the real-world aircraft, has a full GTN and PMS 50 compatibility, 4K highly detailed PBR textures used throughout, and a bunch of liveries. There's many more features than what we just mentioned here. FSReborn has mentioned that the TL-3000 will be available in mid-October for both Xbox and PC, and of course we will keep you posted on this one. Bluebird simulations are back in the news again with some more Boeing 757 updates. This was part 2 of their last update, and this time around featuring the Boris Audio Works, who are creating the sound set for the 757 project. Boris has spent several months working on the project and is the sound design lead, and the results are starting to speak for themselves. In the update video, we can hear a near complete pre-flight experience featuring everything from the pre-flight announcements right through to the touchdown. Boris mentions there's still more tuning to be done when it comes to the engine startup and shutdown sequences. Bluebird simulations did clarify in the update about the 2024 sim, and they said the project of the Boeing 757 is still going to be a 2020 project, and it will come free of charge to the 2024 sim as an update later. Bluebird mentions that meeting a 2024 release deadline is becoming increasingly challenging, but the team is still focused on quality over rushing a product to the market. iniBuilds announced a development update when it comes to the Airbus A350 project. Since the original announcement, we've seen a couple of small updates and some wingless shots and a 1-minute teaser video about the project, but for most part the team have been radio silent. iniBuilds took to their Discord this week and announced originally the A350 project would be for 2020, but now the team will be an exclusive Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 release when it comes to the Airbus A350. iniBuilds' decision to develop the A350 exclusive for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 is due to the enhanced capabilities of the new sim platform. The team did mention despite the platform shift, they have maintained they're still committed to releasing the Airbus A350 by the end of this year. The team also mentioned they will have more detail and information in the near future. To note, the iniBuilds team have been developing some aircraft for the 2024 sim, so they would have a good idea in the difference between the two platforms, and it's probably easy for them to make this decision, in my opinion. Before we get into this week's release news, this is your weekly reminder if you haven't done it already. Please consider subscribing to the channel. I would love to do a song and dance about it all, but we have so much release news to go through, so please just click that subscribe button and we can get on with the releases. Taxiing over to this week's release news, Flysimware, the team behind some other excellent releases such as the Learjet and also the Cessna 414, have released their next aircraft for the sim, which is the Beechcraft Sierra C24R. The C24R is a single-engine light aircraft with a retractable landing gear. It was developed and manufactured by Beechcraft. This low wing can sit up to 6, including the pilot, and was designed to be a trainer and also to be a reliable personal cruiser. The series is part of the Musketeer family of aircraft and first rolled out of the manufacturer line in 1963, and it was produced right up to 1983. A whopping 4,300 plus of these aircraft are being built. Some of the models that are included in the range is the Musketeer Sport, and the Super 3, as well as the Sierra. Details included with the release from the Flysimware team is realistic flight dynamics, 4K full PBR textures, interactive environmental sounds, and also the sounds are being produced by Boris Audio Soundworks. He is getting around everywhere but making quality stuff. Custom coded gauges and animations, shield rain effects, exterior icing effects, parking mode, chocks, tie downs, engine plugs and covers. Has a save state tablet which includes a checklist, state saving options, fuel page, payload, weather and configurations, integrated with the Navigraph G3X plugin and compatible with the PMS and the TDS. It also includes 10 deliveries, and you can pick up your copy of Flysimware's Sierra C24 Romeo or C24R directly through their store or in the Sim Market store. I'll leave our links in the description below. Hangar Studio 73 released its latest aircraft. This time it's the iconic Super Decathlon. The Super Decathlon was introduced in 1972 with over a whopping 6,000 of these being produced and sold. The Decathlon was designed by Champion Aircraft Corporation and it seats 2. It's also a fixed conventional gear light aircraft. Designed for flight training and personal use, and it has the ability to sustain some aerobatic stress between +6 6Gs and -5Gs. Features included with the release is an authentic flight model, dynamic handling for when it comes to tail dragging, detailed 3D modeling. Every nut and bolt of the surface has been modeled, analog and glass panel configurations, interactive ground elements such as the engine being visible during oil checks, functional doors and animated windows, soft body physics simulations, functional circuit breakers, new custom propeller animations, 28 custom painted PBR liveries, all at 4K. And you can pick up your copy of Hangar Studios 73 Super Decathlon over on their store. I'll leave a link in the description below. This week, the Microsoft team released its latest famous flyer, which is the 10th edition of the series. This time around, we saw the iconic Boeing 707-200. The 707 was delayed around about 6 weeks after not meeting its minimum standard that the Microsoft team had been looking for. However, the final release of the 707 has not been well received in the community, with many comments about bugs and a not very detailed aircraft. Many have thought that the Boeing 707 release hasn't lived up to the hype that people were expecting. Hopefully, we will receive some updates from the aircraft developers, which are Aeroplane Heaven, in the near future. There is no feature list when it comes to the aircraft. This is very common when it comes to the famous flyers and local legend aircraft. What we do know that the Boeing 707 has 6 liveries, including the Boeing Delivery livery and also the Pan Am livery. The engines, the fuselage and the cockpit are all modeled to reflect and look and the feel of the era with a detailed visual modeling. You can pick up your copy of the Microsoft and Aeroplanes Heaven famous flyer number 10, which is the Boeing 707-200, directly from the InSim Marketplace store. Lining up on the runway for this week's sim update news. It's been a very busy couple of weeks when it comes to sim development for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Last week we saw the big info dump when it comes to the sim and the start of the pre-order for PC from the Microsoft store. This week we saw the pre-order for PC over on the Steam store, and this week was the first devoted development live stream when it comes to 2024. We here at the channel have a bunch of devoted videos for the 2024 updates, so if you need to get yourself up to date, I'll leave some video links in the description below or at the end of this video. The development live stream covered a few main topics. They also covered some 2020 updates before they got into the 2024 news, which includes Aircraft Avionics 3, which is going to be released next week, ATR update information, World Update 19, which will be Brazil, Ghana, French Ghana and Serang. When it comes to 2024, the team covered 7 different topics with a range of live questions and also gathered questions that they had gathered since the announcement of the 2024 sim. The 7 topics included technical, weather and world, career mode, marketplace and ownership, core features, settings and peripherals, and general questions. The development live stream is about 2 hours long. We have condensed a version down of the live stream to about 20 minutes long. I'll leave a link in the description below. That video alone should bring you up to date with what's going on. Moving forward to the release, the Microsoft team will cover weekly development Q&A sessions. The first one's going to be held on the 2nd of October with a SDK development live stream. This week we didn't see any backlog list updates, but we did receive 10 new products when it comes to the InSim Marketplace releases on the Monday, and 4 of those were available for PC, 6 of those were available for Xbox. On the Monday releases we saw 2 new aircraft, one being the Black Square TBM 850 and the Velocity XL, both for PC and Xbox, which is great. All the Black Square aircraft have made its way to the InSim Marketplace, and the other Monday releases were made up of 1 landmark pack, 1 environmental pack and 2 airports. Thursday releases included 48 new products, 24 of these are on PC and 24 of these are on Xbox. 3 more aircraft releases. One is the GKS MiG-25PD. This one caught us off a little bit off guard, so I will include it in next week's video. But the GSK team have made some awesome aircraft over the time, like the F111 and so forth. So we will bring you up to date on that on next week's video. Also, as we mentioned before, the Flysimware Sierra C42 Romeo and also the Hangar 73 Super Decathlon. Great to see a week of aircraft announcements and also aircraft releases on the InSim Marketplace. The other releases that made up Thursday are 2 livery packs, 6 mission packs, 4 landmark packs, 1 night lighting pack and 9 airports. We will be back in a few days with another flight sim video, so hit that subscribe button so we can send you a quick reminder when our next video goes live. And thank you very much for watching to the end of this video, and we will see you very soon.